Hi, I'm Kelsey Brennan-Wessels, and in today's special edition of Earth from Space, we're looking ahead to ESA's magnetic field mission called SWARM. The mission comprises of 3 satellites, and they are scheduled for launch this summer. The constellation is designed to measure the magnetic signals from Earth's core, mantle, crust, oceans, ionosphere, and magnetosphere, providing data that will allow scientists to study the complexities of our protective magnetic field. To find out more, I have with me in the studio today Rune Flubergagen, the SWARM mission manager. Hello, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Now, of course, to understand SWARM, the first thing we have to understand is the magnetic field. What is it, and how is it formed?
Well, the magnetic field is something that is protecting us from incoming solar wind particles. These are high-energy particles that, without the protective shield, the magnetic field, would actually be very detrimental to our health. And this field is mainly generated in the liquid outer core of our planet. And the point of SWARM is to basically help us understand better how this shield is generated, because there still is some debate as to the exact mechanisms behind this generation, and also how it is evolving in time.
And why is this important for us to know?
Well, as I said, it is protecting us, and it's kind of a lifesaver on this planet. And it is important to understand how it is generated, and also where we are going. I mean, there is signs of weakening of this protective shield. In the past 200 years or so, we are talking about a weakening of about 10%, which is quite significant. And this is maybe not something that is dramatic, because we will probably still have a magnetic field for a very long time. But it's important to understand how it is evolving in time, and how this field will continue to protect us.
All right. Now, of course, SWARM is made up of 3 satellites in a constellation. What sort of data will SWARM collect, and how is that important for scientists?
Well, the number one fact about, or important thing about SWARM, is that it is a constellation, hence also the name of the mission. Because the magnetic field is changing both in space and in time. So in order to understand properly how it's constructed and how it works, how its dynamics and its evolution, it is important to measure in different places at the same time. So with SWARM, we try to cover that in a way that no other satellite mission has been able to do in the past, namely by using 3 spacecraft. Ideally, we would have liked to have a few more, but still it is and maybe it's a small swarm, but still it's a swarm, and it will certainly help us and give us a lot with respect to previous missions.
All right. And what kind of instruments does it have?
So SWARM essentially carries an instrument package which is identical for the 3 spacecraft, of 4 instruments. First of all, we have what's called a vector field magnetometer. This is an instrument that measures the components of the Earth magnetic field along the orbits that the satellites follow. These are very precise instruments, but they are also a bit drifting in time, so they have slight variations in their behavior in time, and hence we need also a calibration unit for that. And that is an instrument that is called the Advanced Scalar Magnetometer. It's a completely new development, and we are looking very much forward to flying that one as well. And the two together will then give the best data ever from space for the Earth magnetic field. On top of that, we have a package that measures the electric field. You might know that the electric field and the magnetic field physically are tightly connected. And with SWARM, we can also therefore understand not only the magnetic shield that the Earth is generating in its liquid outer core, but also the currents that are flowing around in the near-Earth environment, like the ionosphere and the magnetosphere. And the last but not least, we carry also what's called an accelerometer. This is an instrument that basically measures the resistance or the air drag acting on the 3 satellites, and from that we will be able to deduce more information about the density of the Earth atmosphere, and also about winds that are moving around in our near environment.
All right, and the mission is planned for launch this summer, but what is the current status of the mission?
Recently we have completed the testing of all 3 spacecraft, and the news is good. I mean, the tests are being completed rather successfully, and performance looks to be excellent. As always in the agency, we need to have a formal checkpoint where we decide that everything is good to go, and this is the phase where we are right now. We are conducting what's called a flight acceptance review, which means that, well, we hope that at the end of this review, everybody in this agency will agree that the satellites are ready to be shipped to the launch pad in Russia for launch this summer.
All right, well, Rune, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope to see you again after the launch of Swarm so you can give us an update on how the mission's going.
It will be my pleasure.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this edition of Earth from Space. But remember that to learn more about space and about our planet, you can visit our website at www.esa.int. From the ESA Web TV studios, I'm Kelsey Brennan-Wessels.